What other great fighters have you done work with there, Egerton? You've been
Oh
around.
man, I rumbled with Holyfield. I rumbled with Michael Moore,
Yeah.
David Tua. We
David,
slapping him around until he got bigger. No, David was my boy. David was my boy, man. I love that guy, man. David Tua.
He fought Lennox too. Lennox beat him.
Yeah. The Thunder from Down Under. That was my buddy, man. That was my buddy. He
yeah.
got big as hell though. But he was when he came into camp, he was like 210. He just came off the Olympics, so we were, he wasn't a full-fledged heavyweight then.
Yeah.
Were you training with Lennox for most of his career?
Well, pretty well. You could say that because amateur, yes. And then when we turned pro, I started helping him out in his camp when he was fighting the top guys. But early, I was on my career. I was doing my thing. But when this fight became more intense and he getting better opponents, I had to come and help him out. With Tyson, with Holyfield, especially with Holyfield because I trained with Holyfield too. So he knew I was bringing the fire like Holyfield, so they needed me there.
So you're able to sort of give him a heads up what's coming, right?
I would be the only guy in camp that could be honest with him, brutally honest with him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was bringing that love, and he knew it was love, so I was bringing it to him, whether you like it or not. I had to bring it. I had to tell him the truth. So I trained hard, prepared myself, and told him the truth in the ring. And then you could see that in his performance, he was able to rise up because I wasn't coming with no bullshit. I wasn't, being half-stepping. Because I seen guys in the gym sparring with him, and they want the money, but they can't take the lick, or they don't want to put themselves in harm's way to get hurt. So they're fighting with their brakes on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, especially Tyson. They had to, especially for Tyson, because you needed somebody aggressive, and if they weren't being aggressive, they were bullshitting. They were just big guys getting pounded for a little bit, playing defense, and then they get their money and they go home. Because sparring could be if they learn how to spar, they can just try to be safe, act busy a little bit, and get some bullshit rounds, and he's not getting what honest truth about himself. So some fighters, we go in the ring with a false sense of, oh yeah, I'm great. I killed all my sparring partners. They respect me. And they go in there and they realize the truth when they fight their real opponent.
Yeah. That's why training is so important before you actually get in the fight, right? Your training partner.
Very important. Very important.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the thing with Lennox, he took the game seriously because we took the time away. Put herself in camp. He wasn't hanging out with his wife. He wasn't hanging out with his friends. We were in camp, and and that was on business. We get up in the morning, we run, we eat, we train, and we focus on the fight.
Yeah. Yeah, you live it, man.
Yes. Some cats, I want to stay home, and no, it's not right. When you stay home and shit, you take on the worries of your bills, you take on the worries of your family, and all this stuff would take away your focus on the fight.
That's so true, eh?
Yeah.
Amazing.
What do you think made Lennox kind of set him apart from the competition and achieve what he achieved?
Aside from his natural ability, he had good trainers that came in his life, right? And he have good friends that came in his life that was able to help him to achieve his natural gifts.
Actually, that's what you were mentioned in that, actually, in the documentary. That you're very vital to his success.
Oh no! Oh my gosh! Don't get me blushing.
Yeah, no, I'm
you
serious.
See a black guy blush?
Yeah, it's like I think he had to bring you back and one of his other friends. Just he needed the honest people in his corner, right?
Well, yeah, you need people who tell you the truth.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, real talk. When you're in the game of life and death, and boxing is of life and death.
Yeah,
you got to rely on people. And trust is key.
That was after Oliver McCall.
Oliver McCall, that fight tore me up, man. I was watching that fight and it fucking freaked me out. I was so far away. I wasn't there at the fight, but I was there for the second fight, though.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
When Oliver ran with his tail between his legs, because we were ready for him.
Yeah.
You're ready for him. You knew what he was doing. He couldn't do nothing. He would get beat up.
Yeah.
And carried out of the ring.
Yeah.
So he decided to cry and protest and whatever.
He did though.
No, but that was real.
That happened.
Jerry Trimble.
Yeah, Jerry Trimble was a bad motherfucker.
Golden Boy. That's what they call Atlanta's Jerry Trimble.